Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing another episode of hashtag last gen problems in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, if you don't know what this series is, it's basically where I take your submissions from Twitter of all the craziness, glitches, bugs, and modders doing weird things on the last generation version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, this might be the last episode for a while because, as you know, in a few short days, Rockstar is going to be pushing out the Ill-Gotten Gains DLC update, and with that, they're most likely going to add a patch update, which is going to probably solve, if not all, probably a few of these issues. So we'll have to see. They might not fix any of them, and last generation problems will live on. But on the case they do live on, you can always submit yours to my Twitter account, which the link will be in the description, using the hashtag lastgenproblems, and you might get featured in a future video. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. Let me know what you think by leaving a like rating on the video if you guys do enjoy the series. And with out of the way, let's get it started. So since this is the 4th episode, I'm only trying to put in the things that we haven't seen so far, so I'm leaving a lot of things out that are still technically last generation problems, but these are the, in my opinion, best ones that were submitted to me. And the first one comes from Call Me Shona, and he or she says, hashtag last generation problems, played PS3 with my friend, somehow our cars kept overlapping in the Los Santos customs. And I've never seen this. This is like 2 people in the body mod shop together, and I was like, whoa, how did that happen? And these guys are literally overlapping each other. So I don't know if you were able to update your car. It would have been really interesting to see a video of this if they were like both changing things on their car at the same time, if it would continue to update. So that's one of the craziest things I've seen so far. Bravo, that is a new submission that I've actually never seen happen before, so that's actually pretty funny. Up next, we've got XX Crazy Ninja, who says, at Mr. Boss the Win, hashtag last generation problems, and he's also having an issue with the Los Santos custom shop. It looks like a fire truck has gotten stuck inside of the LSC. Now, I don't know how a fire truck got in the LSC and is facing the wrong way, but that is certainly really interesting. Imagine pulling up to the Los Santos custom shop, you're all ready to go, you're ready to modify your car, and waiting for you is a fire truck stuck inside of the doors. So that is amazing. Thank you for that great submission. When I first saw this, I couldn't stop laughing just because it was so hilarious. A fire truck in the LSC, it doesn't get any better than that. Up next, we've got Tom, who says, at Mr. Boss the Win, hashtag last gen problems, not moving these anytime soon. And we've seen a lot of garage submissions, so I tried to stay away from these, but this one was too good. He's got a perfectly lined up garage with a submarine in the middle and also a dinghy boat floating from the ceiling. So I don't know how you managed to do this, or if a modder put these into your garage and into your game, but that is absolutely hilarious. I never expected to see the mini sub from the campaign in Grand Theft Auto Online, and certainly in someone's garage. That just makes it that much better. So that is absolutely hilarious, and the fact that there's a floating dinghy boat there just makes it that much better. Up next, we've got Zachy, who tweets at me, hashtag last generation problems, and this guy seems to be having some issues with his bike. That looks extremely painful. His character is sitting the wrong way on the bike, and his torso is like leaned over to the handlebars. Gosh, this guy is like made of elastic, or he's gonna have one painful day in the hospital trying to fix himself and align himself, because that is ridiculous. I've seen bike glitches like this, but I've never seen one actually submitted to me like that actually happened to them in a game for hashtag last gen problems. So I think that is absolutely amazing. That's one of the funniest glitches in the world. I wish you had a video of this so that I could see you driving around on your motorcycle like that, because that would be absolutely amazing. King J seems to have a leak in his apartment. He says, it's raining in my apartment, question mark. And yeah, I don't know how you managed to get rain in your apartment, but that is pretty funny. I've never seen anything like that, even on last generation. So that's pretty interesting. I thought that was funny enough just to throw in there. Let's move on to LDHalcro 1215. He says, when I suddenly came out of my garage with my lost slam van, this happened, hashtag last gen problems. And we've seen this before with that barricade that blocks the entrance to a lot of people's garages, but I've never seen it have an effect on a vehicle like this, where they're literally turned vertically and on the nose of the vehicle. That's something I think is pretty funny. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how running into this barricade did that, or how you managed to get your car like this, but nevertheless, that's still pretty interesting. Hopefully you get that fixed, and hopefully you can get your lost slam van down into a more drivable position. Expert Gamer runs into a pretty serious issue. It looks like he's got a modder giving him bags of money, and he's getting like $40,000 at a time. This is crazy. Now, you might think this is great. Hey, free money. But you don't want Rockstar to suspect that that's you modding in money in the game. So, Expert Gamer, if you're watching this, or anyone else who's run across a situation like this, what you want to do is leave the lobby and then just explain to Rockstar. Either take a picture like what Expert Gamer has done, just so you can have proof, just in case you do get banned or something does happen to your account. You can always show this to Rockstar support and say, hey, you know, I wasn't doing this on purpose. Someone was modding it into the game. I'm innocent here. So you always want to make sure you got yourself covered there. Recordings, photos, just like what you've done is great. And thank you for submitting this to #LastGenProblems. Sovereign Ace looks to have an issue with his motorcycle. He said he called in this bike, and I got this #LastGenProblems. It's floating in the air. I'm sorry, dude. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a bike called into the game that's just floating straight up in the air. So hopefully you get that figured out. And our last one comes from My Info, and he says, I guess LSC will have lots of tourists due to its new attractions. And these are 3 photos that are just outside the Los Santos custom shop. One of them being a Fly US jumbo jet, another one being a UFO, and also another one being a meteorite. So just some of the crazy things you'll see on Last Generation are pretty funny, and I thought I would like to include all of these in this video. So once again, hopefully you guys did enjoy. This might be the last episode for a while now because Rockstar might end up fixing all of this, which would be great, but would pretty much eliminate my series Last Gen Problems. So I wanted to go out with a bang and bring you guys some of the best Last Gen Problem submissions. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, a thumbs up on this video would be awesome. It would really make my day. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. You're like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.